Thank you, Governor, and thank you to everyone who's here, to our partners in the area. There's just such a wonderfully collaborative coalition of folks who care so much about this corridor and the transportation needs that we have up and down. I'll start by saying that as part of our listening tour, we're having really deep conversations with the folks in Clear Creek County and really everywhere along this corridor about what they need sort of short, medium, and long term. And that's exactly what we're here to talk about today, is doing, as the governor said, the most that we can with what we have now while continuing to look ambitiously towards the future. And that's exactly what this project is about. It's about a common sense use of sort of targeted dollars to really make the best on the taxpayers' investments for the coming years. Traffic congestion erodes travel time reliability, increases traffic on local roads, decreases motorist safety, and compromises the ability of emergency responders to respond quickly. During our study of this area, we learned that westbound I-70 has three specific transportation needs: safety, travel time reliability, and local access. Safety is our number one priority, and these improvements will do a lot to help mitigate congestion-related crashes, prevent rock falls, and enhance signage and communications to motorists. And this is part of our initiative, Whole System, Whole Safety, which is focused on doing everything that we possibly can to improve the safety of our network. Reducing the rate and severity of crashes, improving safety conditions for those traveling by all modes. We're focused on one simple goal of getting everyone home safely. And that really speaks to some of the key features of this project, including building the existing shoulder so it can serve as an express lane during the heaviest travel periods, which reduces travel time and reduces conflict along the roadway. It also includes resurfacing all of the lanes for a smoother and safer drive. Just as we have in the eastbound express lane, dynamic signage will inform drivers when the westbound express lane is available for use. And having an active conversation with the traveling public through dynamic signage is also an important part of our safety program. Rockfall mitigation work, which, as everyone saw this winter, is something we must remain focused on, will be part of this project. It will to help us to prevent rocks and other debris from falling on travel lanes or shoulders, reducing the potential for crashes and for the kinds of environmental risks that we must mitigate against in managing this mountain corridor. The project will also make ramp and sidewalk improvements to the State Highway 103 interchange, and the Dumont Port of Entry interchange will have merge area improvements, which will reduce merging conflicts between truck and general purpose traffic, which is an important thing for us to focus on as we look to the safety of this corridor. I'll add that there's an important benefit to emergency response vehicles for this project as well, both in that they have the ability to use the shoulder lane when necessary, but also in that in the event of an emergency, it frees up the frontage road to make it easier for emergency response vehicles to traverse. And we know that for the communities in this area, that's a tremendously important factor of being able to get in and out of the corridor in the event of an emergency and when needed. So, we're very pleased for that safety enhancement to be a part of this project. During construction, we'll do everything that we can to minimize traffic impacts, maintain safe access to recreational areas and communities, and much of the construction can be done while keeping both westbound lanes open. And that's something, that in corridors where we know that there's not a lot of alternative routes, we must be extra vigilant about doing and making sure that that we make these improvements in a way where we also protect the ability to use the asset while construction is underway. At the same time, it's important to stress that this will be a work zone. So motorists will need to take extra care driving through the area, and something that we just reiterate over and time again is that we must be careful to protect those who are helping to make our roadways safer for everyone to traverse. And part of that means driving carefully in a work zone. So as we enter into this period of work, we just remind the traveling public to keep an eye out for the folks who are doing the hard work to make this asset easier and better for all of you to use. When we complete the job, we'll have a safer highway, a more efficient highway, and an ability to move people faster. We expect, as the governor said, to be able to complete construction in 2020 with the express lane operational in 2021. I would just reiterate our thanks to everyone who's worked with us on planning this project and on continuing to work with us through our planning process to talk about these key issues like safety, efficiency, congestion mitigation, along this corridor and throughout Colorado. And this is something we can do now, as the governor said, to make the best use of every dollar that we have, to prove the case that we are good stewards for our transportation dollars, and to make that case for why transportation investment is important and a good investment for the efficiency of our economy and for the safety of the people of Colorado.